Hello and welcome to the unboxing slash review of the limited collector's edition Blu-ray of Mobile Suit Gundam from Anime Limited. Now here's a look at the box here. You have Amuro here and Sailor, Captain Bright. This is generally the Federation side, as you can see. So this is the good guys of the show on this side of the box here. I like the art, very nice art. It's quite different from what we're used to, kinda. On the side here, Mobile Suit Gundam and the sort of anime font. And then you have the Gundam collection sort of metal stamp thing there. That's on all the Gundam collections from Anime Limited. Here's the Zeon side of the box. You have Char, you have Lala, Rambarao. You have Doan, which is interesting since this episode is omitted from the series, but oh well, it's a nice addition. And the literal ghost of Zeon overlooking everyone from afar. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very nice. And here's from the top. Again, got the stamp, Mobile Suit Gundam, Complete Series Collector's Edition. And at the bottom, you've got the Sunrise logo, and it's rated PG. Now, this is the limited collector's edition box. You can't get this anymore. It was limited to 1,000 copies, and I was lucky enough to get one. And I'm just doing this unboxing review to show you what you get in these collections from Anime Limited, so it's just to give you an idea. There's Mobile Suit Gundam inside there. Episodes 1 to 21. There's collection 2 here. Episodes 22 to 42. Now this is the art book. This is sort of the added extra you got in the collector's edition. So I like the front art because it's the first battle of the Gundam. And on the back is the final battle of the Gundam. So that was a nice wee touch on the front and back of the book. You could have just put anything on the front and back, but a wee bit of thought was put into it, I feel. Okay, so first we have the gallery. This will show off mainly the mechas and beautifully updated sort of hand-drawn artwork. So here we have the Gundam with his beam rifle and beam saber, shield in the back. We have Amuro looking very annoyed, probably shouting at Captain Bright. Here we have the gun cannon and the gun tank. Gun cannon's a personal favourite of mine. Here we have Char's Zaku 2, lovely in red. And we have the Goof. I really like this picture of the Goof. It just really looks menacing in that pose. Here we have the Dom, or perhaps the Rick Dom, and the Gyan. I'm going to guess it's the Rick Dom since it's next to the Gyan and both them on space. Wee bit of bow damage on the Rick Dom there. Very nice looking. Here we have the Zeong, or Geong, or however you might pronounce it, and the Elmeth with literal bits all over the place. Now I found it strange that they've omitted some of the Zeon mobile suits, mainly the aquatic mobile suits. So I don't know why they left that out. I guess they just couldn't draw them to look cool, but you know, we've seen that they can be drawn to look cool, so I don't know why they did that. Next we have characters. So this is just sort of line work, they're not really coloured in, as you can see. So here we have Amuro, main character. Then we have Sailor. Then we have Frau Bo. I don't like how Sailor was sort of just left out of the timeline after this show. I feel as if she should have stuck around a bit more and done a bit more. Then we have Captain Bright, best captain in all of Gundam in my opinion, mainly because he's done it the most, so by default he's the best in my opinion. Ryu, poor Ryu. Ryu. And then we have, below him we have Kai, the cunt. Then we have Cats, Let's and Kika, the kids that added so much to the show. And then you have Hayato, poor wee plucky Hayato, and the wee shitty gun tank. Then we have Matilda, didn't know that was her last name, Ajan, whatever. Miharu, and here's the lineup just to sort of give you a sense of scale of how tall everyone else is. Which, I knew that Dozo was tall, but I don't know he's that fucking tall. I mean, look at him, he's massive. That's insane. Fucking genetic freak right there. And here we have Shar Aznable, the man, the myth, the red legend. Looking very nice there. That's him after Giran died. No, not Giran, fucking what's his name? Garma, there we go. Then we have Garma, Pretty Boy, Iselina, Big Bad Dozo, Cecilia Zabi. Then we have Future Hitler, Giran Zabi right there. And Degwin Zodo Zabi. Then we have Ramba Rao, probably people's second favourite Xeon pilot of all time, possibly. Then we have Miss Hammond. And we have the Black Tri-Stars. Their dub voice really annoyed me, it was too over the top for my liking. And here we have Lala. Lala. Now we're back to mechas. So here's the Gundam from the front, side and the back. There's a sort of head-on view there. There's the cockpit. I'm on the cockpit, showing you how to put the seatbelt on there. Very useful. Here we have the gun cannon. I guess they don't need to show the cockpit for the gun cannon because it's the same as the Gundam. Could have showed it for the gun tank though. Then we have the Zaku 2. Then we have Char's Zaku 2, the commander type. You can tell that by the antenna. There's a Zaku cockpit. And interesting thing here, I didn't know that that's how the cockpit was like. I'm glad it showed you that the seat goes to the side, because it always confused me that Amuro stabbed the wrong side of the belly in the first episode, you know, to avoid the reactor. I was like, no, that just confused me, so I'm glad that clarified that. There's the Goof, and there's the Dom. Alright, here we go, here's the aquatic mobile suits. There's the Gog, which doesn't look too bad, I guess. And then there's the Gok, that's actually my favourite design, I quite like that. Of the aquatic suits, I mean. The Ak guy still just looks ridiculous to me. And the Big Zam, that's alright, that's a mobile armour, so it can be a bit more ridiculous. Then there's the Gyan, and the Gilgug, and the Elmeth, and the Zeong. Just realised they omitted the Zok fully from this. I guess they just want to ignore that completely. Oh. Here we have the White Base Bridge, Catapult Deck, and the Mobile Suit Deck. Then we have the Musai. I love the Musai, I just love the way it's designed, it just looks really good. Then we have the Space Colony, Side 7. And if you look closer there, you can see the white base flying inside the Space Colony. So that gives you a sense of how big they are. So that's the art book. That is exclusive to this series. This collector's edition, rather. So it looks like from the side. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of what you can get. So here's collection 1. This is what you actually get if you buy the series. So this is part 1 of the series, so because they split it in 2. Here's what it looks like from the back. Contains episodes 1 to 21, 1080p, language in Japanese and English, subtitles in English, and total runtime is 525 minutes. Director Yoshiyuki Tomino, and original story by Tomino and Hajime Yatate, which is not one person, apparently it's actually a collective of people. So here's the discs, a nice blue, and on the discs you have the Xeon symbol and the Federation symbol. Now, if you look behind the plastic there, you can actually see, let me just remove these, you can see here that is actually the same artwork that is on the front, but without the sort of white banner. So what you can actually do is you can take this out, flip it, and carefully put it back in. There we go. Carefully now. And in my opinion, this looks much better. You don't have that annoying white banner at the bottom which cuts off the artwork. The artwork can be in its full form, and it just looks much better in my opinion. Still looks the same from the side, but at the back you have the episode list, which is a lot handier to know than, you know, the sort of synopsis of the story, because you already know. So I like that, and you could do that with the other one as well. So here's part 2. So this is part 2 of the collection that you can buy separately from Anime Limited. Here's what it looks like from the back. Char, Zeong. So again, episodes 22 to 42, 1080p, language, Japanese, English, blah blah blah, you know. So inside, we have red discs this time. Same symbols, Federation and Xeon. And let me just remove these. So yep, you can see there, same artwork on the front. So we'll just remove this and just take this out, flip it, and carefully put it back in. I practiced like 10 times doing this perfectly for this video, and it paid off. So there we go, looks much nicer, much nicer. There's the episode list, Charlotte Final Duel, there we go. Much nicer. I just don't like that white banner cutting off the art at the front, it just ruins it for me. So I like that they gave you this choice to do that. So let me just put the discs back in. Right, so here's collection 1, putting the discs back in. Discs back in. Okay, so here's the 2 Blu-ray collections with the flipped art, looks much better. Here's the art book, and here's the box. So if you bought this when it first came out, you'd get all this, right? But now it's sold out, so you only get the discs and not the box. You do not get the collector's edition box. You only get these, right? Let me just zoom in a wee bit so you can get a better look at them. Oh, actually, you don't get the art book either. So you just get these 2. This is what you get from if you buy the series. But if you're lucky enough to buy it early, then you do get this. Let me just zoom out here. But if you are lucky enough to get it early, then you do get all of this. So I hope this gives you a rough idea of what the limited collector's editions of the Gundam series from Anime Limited are like. Personally, I think this is very good. I really liked the art on the box. They could have went with the sort of generic sort of mobile suit in the front, but instead they went with the characters, which I think is much better since this is a character driven show. So hopefully this helps you with your future purchasing habits from Anime Limited. I will be doing more unboxings of their other Gundam series and their other non-Gundam series. If you want to know more about the actual Gundam series itself, please check out my Gundam review. And thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.